himself is a very prominent lawyer, and he understands that besides the deferred toll that this procedure brings, there is also the fact that justice is obviously denied because of the lengthiness of these cases. Well, we have some breaking news also coming in. Mr. Chaurasia was driving a Volkswagen black car, is what we have been told, and as per the preliminary investigation, he's originally from Varanasi and he studies in the Faculty of Law at MS University in Vadodara. His friend who was in the car at the time of the accident has been identified as Meet Chauhan. Notably, Chauhan owned the car. He managed to flee from the spot and the police launched a manhunt operation to nab his friend. Girish, my colleague, is with us on the broadcast to give us details about that. Girish, जो आरोपी के साथ जो को पैसेंजर थे उनको लेकर अभी क्या जानकारी मिल सकती है? क्या वो हाथ में आए हैं कि नहीं?
जी, मैं आपको बता दूं कि पुलिस उनकी भी अभी हाल फिलहाल जुड़े में लगी है, क्योंकि जो आरोपी साथ में बैठा था उनको लगा कि नहीं ये जो रक्षित ने किया है वो गलत है, वो तुरंत वो गाड़ी से बाहर निकल जाता है और वो बोलता है कि नहीं मैं जा रहा हूँ। लेकिन पुलिस भी अभी उसको ढूंढने में जुड़ी लगी है। पुलिस को पता है कि शाम तक हम उसको अरेस्ट किसी भी तरह से कर लेंगे, क्योंकि ऊपर से भी बहुत बड़ा प्रेशर है। जो बड़ौदा बोलते हैं, जो संस्कारी नगरी बोलते हैं, वैसे तो यहाँ पे अगर माना जाए गुजरात में कुछ बेन नहीं है। क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि ये लड़के ने बताया जा रहा है कि शराब है, लेकिन कुछ अल्कोहल यानी कुछ ड्रग्स ली थी, ऐसा कुछ संदिग्ध दिखा है। पुलिस जांच कर रही है कि आगे इससे क्या जुड़ पाएगा, क्योंकि उसके जो रिमांड है, रिमांड की बात भी की है, 7 दिनों की रिमांड की जो बात की है। लेकिन अब देखना यह है कि और कौन कौन सी कड़ियां जो नई अंदर से निकलती है।
Nirmal Kaur, former IPS, also joins us on the broadcast to talk about this. Nirmal Kaur ji, your assessment of what's happened over here. This person was obviously drunk. He came out of the car, started screaming. A few passerby and onlookers grabbed him, and obviously he was in a state where he perhaps knew what happened but did not acknowledge it, and it was all very clear that he was under the influence of something.
Definitely he was inebriated. Definitely it looks like the behavior post accident, very unfortunate accident, and that too in a city like Baroda, in Vadodara, whatever. I mean, we think those citizens are the highest model for civic sense. If you talk of civic sense of citizens of any town, I think the country's highest civic sense is amongst this. This is a university town and very educated people. They are very
and ma'am, also let's not forget it's a dry city in a dry state.
Very dry state and a dry city. Maybe some other drugs he took, maybe alcohol. That police must have already gotten tests done and all, blood tests plus breathalyzers plus whatever. But if you remember, so many times these blood tests are also fixed. In that Pune case, in some Porsche or some very rich guy was involved, some jet set kind of people. I think very big builders. The doctors had given false, saying that there is no alcohol in his blood. That was hardly a year or 2-year-old case, which it came out in the media quite a bit. So there are so many levels where they can manage. So eventually the thing, I mean, though it should be sorted out very quickly and there should be an outer limit, all the investigation done and multi-pronged, all the facets of the case should be seen. Who was there, in what circumstances the car was given, what was he taking, where is the network in the hostel or wherever he was drinking or taking some other drugs. And these innocent people driving on the road, this girl is killed and her husband is in ICU, so many people are seriously injured. It's a very big thing and should be taken seriously and all thoroughly investigated, and most stringent punishment under the law should be awarded to him, which obviously is culpable homicide, and 10 years, not less than 10 years imprisonment should be granted to him. And that too, justice delayed is justice denied. Within a stipulated time frame, maybe 3 months, 6 months. If you take 10 years, he'll be out on bail within a month or so, at best 3 months, and then he'll fight it out. Purchase witnesses or do whatever our system operates.
Ma'am, how would you classify this case? Is this an extended or a more exaggerated version of some sort of a road rage, or this is drunk driving in plain sight, or do you think this is manslaughter? How do we classify this crime?
Holy bhang is very common. This was the holy, I mean, yesterday also was a kind of holy, today is also holy because yesterday was Purnima, some people are celebrating today. So holy, on the holy day, maybe he was drunk, he had bhang, or, I mean, it's difficult to say unless the tests are done and investigation will reveal actually what he had taken. But definitely it is, like it's a free for all kind of a thing, that no laws are, if he's drunk or if he's had bhang or whatever, he could have easily stayed in his hostel. Where was the need for him to take a car and drive around the town, this revelry kind of a thing, and kill so many people and injure so many people in the process? So that means there's definitely something lacking in our society, because I would never expect this kind of a thing to come out of Baroda University, where this person is a student, because that we regard it in very high.
All right,
esteem, that
ma'am,
it's a
let me
very
come back to you. In
ordinary.
fact, the police have also called Suresh Bharwar for questioning.